Hey everyone, we've returned to Cyrene, and so I thought we would do those dailies since we're about 6 away from being able to turn in our drop that we got when we were hunting mechs the last time. We'll take another stab at them later this week. The sea race, as I recall, were up around here, but they'd moved them down more towards the beach line. And I like to start with them because they're kind of the hardest one. And the fewest, it's only 5 kills. But we're going to kill these 5 things. We'll get 1 arc badge each. Alright, we're kind of just waiting for the inventory to load so that I can click the ship out. Oh, here's where they have the sweat circle. So we're just going to kind of, I guess, try and sneak by since the ship still hasn't loaded. We'll just, oh, there it goes. It's starting to load now. Well, we'll be halfway there. There it is. Oh, we're getting Christmas gifts are arriving. Alright, we're going to kind of shoot past these guys and kind of land by that tree. It's kind of the spot where I like to post up a little bit. We'll just scoot to the side. We're looking for those devastators, which are the level 24 ones. You'll sometimes get level 29 and level 19 out here. Those do not count for that daily mission. And these guys do hit hard, so bring some good armor if you want to do this part. I mean, they're hitting through the mayhem armor 20, 30 at a time. And so every couple will have to heal up. But these guys are nice. They drop a bunch of components and whatnot. Wool. I mean, we saw we got a tier 2 component. I'm going to go ahead and heal first. And then we'll try and grab these last 3. And these global fairly often. I mean, not all the time, obviously, but often enough that it's memorable. And the other good thing about doing the daily quest is you're getting codex on 5 mobs a little bit at a time. So it's not like you're trying to grind out a bunch of levels all at once. And so every little bit you'll just get a level kind of out of nowhere. It's kind of like a nice bonus. But this will be our last one here. And back to the teleporter we go. And the first daily is knocked off our list. I think we'll do let's do the paneleons next. They moved the swamp lurkers a little bit before we left Cyrene before. And so we'll have to remember where that is. But there's a really nice spawn for old paneleons on the coast here, near this volcano. There's our hoverboard. Alright, off we go. We're just gonna shoot down the water here, along the edge. And there'll be like a small young tide claw spawn. And then past that, we'll get into where the old paneleons are. And that's gonna be a mixed spawn of paneleons. We're looking for the dedicated only old spawn, which is a little further down. Well, those spawned out of nowhere. Not spawned, but loaded for me. Oh, so did those. Well, hopefully we didn't aggro them. If so, we'll be putting a couple of those down real fast. Oh, they switched this up a little bit. Normally they don't spawn this far out. Normally the old paneleons are all in here. Ah, here they are. Well, we need 8 of them. They used to be much more on the coastline. Now you gotta roll in here. I'm gonna try and work around the edge so that guy can, or girl can keep pulling and doing what they were doing before I got here. I wonder if that's them on the outside edge, that grouping there. Well, that was a nice one. A little over 8 head. And I could have switched down to our pixie armor. I probably should, just to preserve this armor. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, just a couple more to go here. It's nice because most of these are low kill counts. The with the exception of that scout, but 110 is a fair amount of kills. Luckily, it's a really low hit point mob. Um, and I used to do that one last because we would go there and we would do the dire weeds and then the scout bots, but they gave us a teleporter to another dire weed spot where we don't have to hover out to that island. And so we can kind of switch up the order a little bit, break our routine since they move some spawns around and whatnot. All right, we're off. Back to the teleporter. So this is a reasonable young spawn now for Tide Claws. Before it was like 3-4 mobs. So that's a welcome change there. Yeah, I think we'll go use that Dire Weed Alley teleporter. We'll do those next. It's only 12 of them. Well, doesn't look like I have a new Swamp Lurker spot. I'll just have to kind of remember where it was and hope we can find it. Oh, looks like we rubber banded back a little bit, which isn't that uncommon on the hoverboard there. Oh, there it is. Well, there's a bunch of the big ones up. We don't want to kill those because they don't count for our mission. And they're high level, they hit really hard. So this area has been hit a lot for the dailies for people because there's a bunch of these high level ones left. Like 6 of them are up right now. And so as you kill these lower level ones, there's a chance they respawn as those big ones. Luckily, we only need 12 kills, so I'm hoping that they'll keep respawning as these little ones so we don't have to go to that other spot. Let's see if we can climb this. Get to the top of this one on top of the plateau here. Or a hill or whatever it is, really. It's not really a plateau. Alright, there's a respawn. Alright, only 4 more. So working around this many of the big ones presents a little bit more of a challenge than we typically face. And this should be enough right here to get us over the edge and get that arc badge to where we can move on to the scout bots or the swamp lurkers. And we're off back to the teleporter. That's now 200 meters away. Before you had to come in from the ice plateau or from the Zen Forest, which wasn't too bad because you would do the swamp lurkers here and then kind of circle down. But they moved those swamp lurkers. They're not there anymore. And so now they're out on this edge here on the Great Plains. You just have to stay away from the mature tide claws that are out there. I'm pretty sure it was to the west. But those look like tide claws maybe. So we'll do a quick flyover if that's the case and see if we can't identify where the swamp lurkers are. Because I'm not trying to hunt provider tide claws right now. Or in the near future. This is swampy. Did they put the swamp lurkers in the swamp? They did. Oh, and these are low level ones. Good. We're gonna land, bust out our little lower rifle, and have some fun. We got 35 to kill. I like these. They don't have very many hit points. Um, their hide looks pretty neat, and so I kind of would like to see a texture for that someday. I just think it probably would look pretty neat on like a shirt or a coat or something. And it kind of sounds like they say RuPaul when they die, which is kind of a little funny to me. I know that's not what they're really saying. It's supposed to be like a death gasp type thing, but that was the first thing I thought of when I heard it. Oh, it broke it? Is it really broken? Broken? It sure is. All right. Well, oh, that's definitely too slow. We need more DPS than that. Going big. Go big or go home. This ought to be quick. And we're kind of hoping to get a little bit of swamp lurker oil so we can do some of the daily crafting, but we haven't got any yet. And that's kind of a hit or miss drop. When it drops, it really drops. When it doesn't, it doesn't. Oh, there's a little piece. Oh, and another. And so yeah, we've just been stockpiling the hides from every daily we've ever done for that one day when we have enough skill and everything else to do that texture and see what it looks like. Or find someone who's done it. I'm sure there's some really neat texture out there who has most of these. Oh, that was real nice. Almost 10, just shy of 10 ped, which I think is the threshold to global on these guys. They're pretty low. All right, there's the last one. Throw our ship down and skedaddle on back to the teleporter. So probably this teleporter is a better choice. That Panton jungle. You can just go west to the edge of the swamp. Either way, it's about the same distance to the mobs, I think. But the only hunting one left is this a scout bot one now. And I think we can get by with the Barbarella on that, so we won't have to use the LR30. And they have pretty low hit points. And on Mer Beach, there's like a cage area that has a ton of these in it, which I think is where most people go to do the daily. The flips, they also have the ability to drop those targeting chips in here. Oh, they're meleeing, so we're just gonna go kind of. We'll go hit the other side. Oh, nice. Low grade power supplies are always nice for doing some crafting. These guys have a really big. You know what? Let's just use a loot pill. That way we won't have to worry about it if they run off at the end. Um, and so it'll take a little bit to churn through these. Um, we're gonna see a lot of the robot filters. We're gonna see a lot of shrapnel. Oh, the component residue. Should see a fair amount of that as well. Every time they're swarming me like this, I kind of wish I had bought a grenade launcher. All right, let's get this caught up. Oh, saw a little orange paint in there. That kind of broke up the getting swarmed by 100 mobs at a time. Well, not 100, it was like 10, but targeting chips are super rare in here. I think I've got one. We've done this daily, I don't know, probably 100 times or more at this point. Yeah, so far the loot's been kind of plain. These guys dropped something. Oh, we got the codex up like I was talking about, like where you get a random gift out of nowhere. There's our random gift of perception. But these drop a component for one of the dailies, and I don't think we've got it yet today. Yeah, I don't see it yet. But I believe it's the one that's used in the metal engineering daily that gives a arc badge and like 6 pack in skill in the manufacturer skill. And so the trade terminal rifle isn't bad for these. Um, it's on par with what I'm using. This is the Barbarella out of the starter package. I think that wood extractor is good. Yeah, it has good reasonable markup. But part of the reason we're gonna just get a lot of shrapnel is my robot looter level is low. Um, we just haven't got around to really working that up yet. Also, I don't think we'll do too well in the Mayhem event. There's always zombies or robots, and we're not the best with either of those. So the other reason we're not likely to see a lot of the high markup loot, so to speak, is we're hunting really eco with this gun, and so there's not a lot of payout, and so there's not going to be much diversity. And so combine that with low hit points, and so each uh, I hesitate to use the word bet, but it's a good analogy that is placed um, before you're going to roll a multiplier on it, whether it's you get half your ped back or you get double your ped back. It's a multiplier is then applied there. And so low initial value means you need a high multiplier to get onto stuff like the basic targeting chip or uh, the compounds that are used in the crafting and whatnot. Those extractors that have 150 to 300% markup or whatever they top out at, which I think is actually higher. The basic mineral one goes for a lot. Oh, there it is, the low grade scrap. See how it has really good markup. And we've got about 12 to go, it looks like. And so that low grade scrap makes low grade compound when you refine it. And the low grade compound is used in that quest. Cyrene is famous for having to take something and just refine it with itself in the refiner to get something else to do some crafting with. Like yellow adhesive makes that, or yellow crystal makes that super adhesive, I think it is. Um, so just a bunch of stuff like that where you're like, well, you're just going to take that, refine it with itself, and then combine it with this. All right, let's go collect some rewards. There's all the rewards for the daily. And the lockout timer on those is 21 hours, as is just said there. Then we're going to merge that together. We're going to have to go hit up storage real fast. There's almost all the badges we needed. We're at 599. And so for this last badge, we're just going to grab 500 sweat out of storage and do the sweat turn in for a badge. Really just want 500 of that. The rest we're saving for to do one of those Zorn compound runs. Uh, we'll just have to wait for him to load up for us. Looks like we've got all of Mac's quests. So he's does the ones that have the badge as a reward and a little bit of skill. Andrina here is the one that you trade the sweat to, though. And there, that is our 600th badge right there, which is enough that we can do the augment quest on that plate. So we have a one officer plate that we got the adjusted component for. And so this will allow us to start that quest. And we'll figure out what we need to get all gathered up for that. And that'll be its own little adventure. This is where we're going to stop today, though. I hope that everyone is having an amazing day. Stay epic.